6-part course on history of Israel, and we just created a coupon called Stand 2018. And if you go to the website and on the homepage, you'll find the course. And register with the coupon. It's only $18 rather than $65. And I did it because Rothstein's a good friend, and so was Mary Cornfield. And it's a background. You may know 60% of it, 70% of it, 80% of it, 20% of it. And there's some interesting things to read as well. All I can do is, and I want to end with this, is in a piece of advice. If you're on campus, if you're in the classroom, if you hear something that is untoward, wrong, or really blatantly anti-something, go with a peer, go with a friend, write it down. Don't just sit there and let it go. Find a way to correct it by either finding someone else in the administration or finding some other professor to help you solve the problem. My peers will be talking about other issues on campus, so I'll leave it to them. Answer questions later. Thanks, Max.
Would you like to have it on record? It's up to you.
Sure. Well, thanks, Max, for putting all this bottom. Okay. That's good. Thanks, Max, for putting this together. Really, it's a pleasure to be here with everybody on the panel, all friends and colleagues. I had a group called Scholars for Peace in the Middle East. SPME is a group of faculty that came together in 2002 as a result of the academic boycott that came out of the UK, the cultural and academic boycott. So we are about 40,000 members strong around the world, dealing with the issues of trying to mobilize faculty to deal with these issues. What we have found and observed is that what you see today is that Israel has basically become a litmus test for academics. Academia by nature tends to lean left, and so Israel has kind of become the the anchor point of saying what a good academic is like, to a point of saying the more critical one is, and the more to a point of even questioning Israel's right to exist has become a validation of one's academic work. You've also experienced over the past 50 years, to Ken's point, a kind of a growth of where I would say scholarship has gotten replaced by propaganda. We have a phenomenon of what I would consider to be in the opposition of scholar warriors, individuals who basically are waving the flag on campus to promote the Palestinian narrative under the guise of the social justice, the humanities at large. And so those of us who are willing to speak out on these topics are in the minority. And so to that end, we have tried to create a community of scholars. The point is that, like students, faculty also need support. Unfortunately, there are not many individuals like my colleagues here, Judea and Ken, on their campuses. And what you find in most campuses, you can find maybe 2 or 3 individuals who are actually willing to say something. Those individuals need support. And so for that reason alone, we have come together to kind of work together. Not only, in addition to also bringing them together, making them noticeable, and creating a bridge between them and the student body. And again, it's part of the ingredients of the university. You have students and faculty, and we need to work together to present these issues. What I've been observing, again, is really the clear lack of balance in addressing in these topics. And I think we need to do a better job in discussing these issues. It's not about, I too have written about these topics for many years. It's not about not teaching the Palestinian issue. It's about the fact that that's only the issue that's being taught. And so academia has a role in teaching both sides, to give a role to everybody in the classroom. You come to your own conclusions, but you have to see the facts, and that's not what is usually presented. And so we've been trying to create more information outlets for faculty and graduate students, for students as well, faculty missions to Israel, forums to discuss these issues, and because we believe it's for the well-being of academia and for the well-being of everybody in this room and for the next generation of how these topics will be taught and addressed. And I think that's a concern that we should be looking at when you're trying to discuss the Arab-Israeli conflict. So that's what SPME does, and what many of us do by going around to the campuses where we have faculty and trying to create those touch points when discussing the issues. In general, I would say one more point that much of the ideological bent that you see here is found in the humanities. Those of you who are studying in the sciences, you see less of this kind of bent, but it's still slowly trickling down, and you have a right to hear both sides of the story, so you can come to your own conclusions about what the story is, but you need to hear both sides, so that's what we're about.
Mike.
Mike.